Okay, in today's video, we're gonna try to make Chelsea the best team in the world. And right now, they are far from it. Currently in 9th place in the Premier League, they've got inconsistent play, inconsistent results. They got chemistry issues where players in the field are looking like children. And overall, the club is a bit of a mess. There are a few signs of hope though. And that, along with the work we do today, I think we can help take Chelsea back to the top of world football again. So of course, drop a like down below and let's get straight into this Chelsea rebuild as we officially start season 1. Now with Chelsea Pochettino as the coach, and I guess you could say that we're the sporting director of the team, we have got a lot of work to do here at Chelsea. Now it's definitely a squad that should not be in 9th place. Like, they are heavily underperforming, but they're also not a team that I think would be challenging for the title at all. Definitely a fringe top 4 team. You gotta say though, Cole Palmer is the one hope in this team right now, the biggest hope. He is playing just amazing, and we're gonna try to make him the centerpiece of this rebuild. Now other players that I think are gonna be big in this rebuild are players like Nkunku, players like Moises Caicedo, even Madueke, Chilwell, Fofana, of course Reece James as well, our current captain, and then definitely some youngsters that are currently on the bench. Now there's also a few older players that probably need to be moved on pretty soon, including Thiago Silva and Raheem Sterling. But overall, it's a squad that's got potential. And I mean, it should. They spent what, £1 billion on this team already? Now, speaking of financials, the biggest challenge in this video is that in each season, we're going to be limited to 65 million in the budget. So no higher than that. We could say it's due to financial fair play restrictions. So to sign players, we're going to use that 65 million or what we can get from player sales. So pretty much to buy world-class talents, we got to sell players too. Now, you might notice that we're actually playing Cole Palmer at cam. We are currently converting him to a cam because he's actually like +3 at that number 10 spot. He's +1 at right mid, and then he's +3 at cam. So I think that's where he'll play in this video. But now in terms of selling players, I think the first player we're going to try to sell is Raheem Sterling. I just feel like he's not going to grow much anymore. It's probably time to move on and buy a younger winger to take that starting spot. So first things first, we're going to try to sell him. Now the first offer we get is going to be from Liverpool. That is extremely funny. It would never happen in real life, but apparently we can get 40 million for Sterling. We're going to try and do that. Let's try to get like 30, maybe 37 million. I mean, if Liverpool want Sterling back that bad, you can take him. And okay, Liverpool are just going to accept 37.9 million actually. This might be the first deal of the rebuild, and it looks like it is the first deal of this rebuild actually. So Raheem Sterling to Liverpool. He goes back to the club where he kind of found his name. So Raheem, we wish you luck. So that means we could start Mudryk on the left. We could do that, but I feel like I want to make a signing there now. I think Madueke is fine starting on the right mid this season, but we need a new star left winger. And the player that I want in that spot, he's actually not a left mid, he's a right mid, but that is Mohamed Kudus from West Ham United. This guy is so good. I think he would be incredible in this team with that pace, the dribbling, also pretty good finishing. He'd be absolutely insane, and he's not going to break the bank entirely. So if we start with maybe like 35 million to West Ham, say to that, definitely be a good deal for us. So they want a little more. Let's try 38.5. Let's go up in increments here. And okay, 38.5, West Ham accept that. That is an extremely good deal. We basically are swapping Sterling for Kudus. So Mohamed Kudus, welcome to Chelsea. I think he's gonna be absolutely insane in this video. So Kudus, welcome to the club. So I think I'll play Madueke on the left and then Kudus on the right. I feel like it kind of makes the most sense. But yeah, I like that signing a lot. Now in season 1, the one other spot that worries me is gonna be the goalkeeper spot. So we have Robert Sanchez. We also have, what's the other guy's name? Petrovic. Now 75 rated and also 79. If our goal this year is to get in the top 4 and get back in the Champions League, having a below 80 rated keeper kind of worries me. So I think I'm going to target Alex Merritt here from Napoli. Not crazy expensive, but he's tall. He's of course a solid keeper, and I think he's better than Sanchez. So let's try maybe 27.5, and Napoli are going to say yes to that. That is a done deal. So it looks like we have a new number 1 now, a new starting keeper. Now I'm not expecting him to grow that much, like not crazy growth, but he could maybe get up to like 84, 85, maybe. So that is 2 pickups, Kudus and also Merritt. And I think for the first half of season 1, this is the team we're rocking with. If Palmer, Madueke, Fofana can grow, this is definitely a top 4 team, especially if we can unlock Cole Palmer's potential. So here we are, opening day of the Premier League season. We're taking a trip to Anfield to face Liverpool. It is a huge test for our first game. And hey, I think we're already showing that this is not the same team in real life. We are building a different Chelsea team here. As we score the first goal of the game and go up 1-0 on Liverpool at Anfield, it's a bit of a shock. Now that shock is a little bit erased because Liverpool do tie the game up 1-1. And it was a pretty close game, but in the 75th minute, look who pops up to score the winner of this game. It's going to be Cole Palmer. Of course, it just had to be. The star of this team, the star of this rebuild, gets us off to a great start as we beat Liverpool on the opening day. And that was just a huge shock. And then through the first half of the season, we're seeing the leaders in this team kind of appear. Our center forward, Christopher Nkunku, is showing why he's probably the best player in this team currently, though. He was our first half of the season leading scorer, and he could be a player down the line that gets us back to the top of European football again. Now also, Madueke was so good at left mid. I didn't quite expect him to be this good, but he was really good, scoring 11 goals in 15 games. Now our new signing, Kudus, actually kind of struggled in the first half of the season, only scoring 3 and assisting 2 in 19 games. He's shown flashes, but we definitely need to see more of him. And these are the rest of the first half of the season stats. Now around late October, actually, Cole Palmer got an injury, so that's why he's played only 9 games. But we're now in January and he is back, so hopefully he bounces back from that injury. Let's see where we are in this league table. So 20 games in, we're actually in 5th place. Now somehow Everton are above us in 4th. I mean, that makes 0 sense. Man United are in 1st also doesn't make sense. I do wish we were in the top 4 more securely, but you know what? It's better than real life. Somehow Arsenal are all the way in 10th. Like, that's pretty rough. So this season is looking like a top 4 race. And one thing that worries me is we have the worst defense out of the top like 11 teams. Our scoring looks good, but defense numbers do not look good. And that might be due to players like Thiago Silva. I mean, that 44 pace, especially in the game, is definitely not helping the defense. So in January, how much money do we have? We have 37 million. Is that enough to sign a center back in January? Let's see. And players like Bastoni, too expensive. Matthias de Ligt, too expensive. I would love to bring Tomori back to Chelsea at some point in this video, but right now he's just too expensive. Even Schlotterbeck is too expensive for us right now. Now we do have currently some transfer offers though, and one being for Badiashile from Manchester United. I'm gonna be honest, if we could sell Badiashile and that would fund maybe like a Schlotterbeck signing, I might actually do that. We gotta try and get here the most we can. Let's try for like 30, maybe 37.5. That might give us enough for Schlotterbeck. And okay, Ten Hag says yes, so Badiashile might be on his way to Manchester United, and we might be signing a new center back. And okay, Badiashile, that was quick. That was like 2 days. The man wanted to leave, so he's off to Manchester United, and we may be upgrading our defense right now. So that gives us 72 million to spend. Man, that might be enough for Tomori actually. I don't know. Man, that might actually be enough. I'm gonna try to go in for Tomori. I mean, he's the better player right now. He could be the center back to lead this team to the Champions League. So I'm gonna offer maybe like 58.5, and AC Milan are gonna want 60.6. So I think we can do this actually. Man, it might be close, but I'm gonna accept that. We're gonna try to do this. Now, I'm not sure how Tomori feels about coming back to Chelsea. I think he ended kind of on bad terms, but you know what? He's a darn good center back, and I feel like to make this team the best team in the world, he could be one of the starting center backs of that team. And hey, deals like this are not usually made in January, but we gotta try and make a push to get top 4 and get back in the Champions League. And this here would be a clear statement signing. So Tomori is going to accept the offer. We have signed up Tomori. Man, our defense just got hugely upgraded. And is this a signing that gets us top 4? Hopefully it is. So Thiago Silva to the bench, and then Tomori up to start. Yeah, that's got to make our defense better. That has to. Now Enzo's up to 83, Palmer's up to 79, which is good. Madueke 77, Kudus 81. We definitely need these front three to grow. Kudus, Palmer, and Madueke, we need them to grow. And I am hoping for a top 4 finish here. If we don't get it, I'm going to be so disappointed. So we simulate the rest of season 1. Now we were what? We were like 4 points off 4th, right? We were in 5th place, middle of the season. We finished the season all the way in, actually, we're going to be in 8th place? Bro, you've got to be kidding me. I didn't want it to be this realistic. So we were in 5th, and we're actually only 6 points away from 5th, so we didn't drop that far away. But the top 4 ends up being United, City, Liverpool, and Spurs. And I thought we were doing good. So it's actually kind of a realistic season 1. Now FA Cup was won by Liverpool. Carabao Cup was won by West Ham. So trophyless season 1. It's definitely a big disappointment, but this is always going to be like a multiple season thing. Final stats in Kunku 21-8, Gallagher 14-5. That is actually pretty crazy that Gallagher scored that many goals. Palmer ended with 12, so we definitely recovered a little bit after that injury. And he also grew +5 to 81, so that's huge. Madueke scored 11. Kudus scored 7 and 7. It's not terrible, but I definitely want more from him. Now he's 84 rated though. I think all these young players look like they grew a decent amount, and I think next season we can definitely make a push more towards top 4, maybe even challenging for the title. So we officially start season 2 of this Chelsea rebuild. So I think players like Nkunku, Palmer, Kudus are all safe. Enzo, Caicedo safe. Reece James, Fofana, Tomori, and Chilwell I think also safe. And we got a lot of players back on loan or back from their loan spells like Lukaku, Ziyech, also like Kepa. We got a lot of players to sell here, so that might inflate our transfer budget. Okay, there has been a considerably large clear out in this team. We just sold quite a few players. So we sold Kepa, Matson, Sanchez, and Lukaku. That's about maybe like 80-90 million worth of sales we just generated. So with our 65 million on top of that, that gives us a $160 million budget. That is definitely not too bad. Now also, Leroy Cole has actually become our second best center back. So I think for this year, we're going to do a Tomori Colwell backline pairing. That should make our defense better than last year. And of course, we also need some more players to grow. We do have a spot on the bench though for kind of like a backup winger. And we're not in the Champions League, so I feel like we can't make a huge signing just yet, even though I want to so bad. I think instead we're going to go for Yeremy Pino though. He could challenge Madueke for that starting left mid spot. And I mean, he's 21. He's got very good dribbling, also good passing. This feels very much so like a Chelsea type signing. I can't be the only one that thinks that. So we're going to offer up 40 million for Pino. We have all this money, but this might be the only signing we make in the first window of season 2. I want like players like Caicedo, Enzo, Palmer, of course, Kudus to grow. And I don't want to sign too many players to hurt their growth. So 42 million for Pino gets accepted. And he gets officially signed from Villarreal. So Yeremy, welcome to Chelsea. I think for now, since he's actually higher overall than Madueke, he's probably going to start, but they can battle it out for that starting spot. But I think this is a squad we're using for the first half of season 2. If Colwell grows, Palmer grows, Kudus grows, I feel like this team could really turn very quickly into a contending team in the Premier League. So Yeremy Pino is the only signing so far. All right, so opening day of season 2 in the Premier League, we are facing Fulham. And we got to show this year that this club is progressing. Like no more mid-table finishes. Now, unfortunately, starting the game off, we showed like we were still the same team, with Fulham scoring the first goal of the game. But thankfully, this team responded. A goal by Christopher Nkunku tied the game up. And then the man that struggled last year in this team, Mohamed Kudus, he scored the winner to win us the first game of the year. Hopefully that's a sign for a big year for him. And hey, not gonna lie, first half of the season, this Chelsea team looks a little bit different now. We're playing much better football, stringing passes together. The team's chemistry is going up. No more dressing room issues. No more children-like behavior. And Nkunku is still the main man of this team, but Kudus is having such a better year. He's really settled into this Chelsea team. And also, new signing Yeremy Pino, he's actually the 3rd highest scorer in the team first half of the season. So for what we thought was a bench signing, signing turns out to be one of our most important players. And then of course, Cole Palmer is right there with him, scoring 7 goals in 20 games. Hey, this team is on the rise. And if we look at the Premier League table 19 games in, we can see that rise happening. We sit all the way in second place, only 2 points behind Man City. So from 8th all the way to 2nd, that's a big jump. Now we've scored the most goals in the league so far, and we also have like the tied for the second best defense. So that's 2 really good signs for this team that we may be turning things around. And also all this youth financial investment in players, it is starting to pay off. Christopher Nkunku is now up to a 90 overall, and then Tomori 87, and also Mohamed Kudus up to an 87 as well. Like growth on him is insane. Enzo's 86, Cole Palmer's up to 84, even Yeremy Pino up to 83. This young team is growing, and I could not be happier with what I'm seeing. Now, is this a Premier League title winning team? I don't know now. We're in second place. I feel like it's a possibility, but it's also more likely we probably fall off a little bit. I would be so surprised if we won the title in season 2. More so, I just want to confirm Champions League top 4. And this team right now is doing so well, I don't want to ruin the chemistry. So in January, we are not making any signings. We are sticking with this team, and we're going to see where they finish in season 2. So we simulate the rest of season 2. So where did we finish this season? We finished above 8th. We, of course, thankfully finished above 8th. Actually, we're top 5. So much better than last year already. Now, did we get Champions League? We did get Champions League, back in the top 4. So that is mission 1 done. Did we win the Premier League though? 4th place is going to be Arsenal. 3rd place is going to be Newcastle United. So I believe it's us and Man City in the top 2. Yeah, it's us and Man City. Season 2 winners of the Premier League, it's going to be Manchester City. Oh man, by what, 7 points? So it wasn't actually that close, but hey, a 2nd place finish, I will 1000% take that. That is a huge recovery. So we finished the year with the 3rd best defense, the 2nd most goals scored. Just probably had a few too many draws and not enough wins to win the league. I will take that though. We're back in the Champions League. That is huge. So final stats this year, look at our club top scorer, Mohamed Kudus. Talk about a bounce back season, now 89 rated. And then Nkunku 18, Pino 11, Cole Palmer 11, Enzo 8. It's definitely a balanced scoring team. But man, the growth in these players right now I'm seeing is insane. Like Tomori's 88, Enzo 87, my Caicedo 85, Palmer's up to 85 too. So we grew +4 this year. We're getting closer to making this team the best team in the world again. We're getting closer, but saying that though, next season is our first year back in the Champions League. So I'm not sure what to expect. So we officially start season 3 of this Chelsea rebuild. And man, looking at this team, I feel like we have a real chance this year of maybe finally winning our first trophy, whether it's a cup, maybe even the Premier Champions League. I don't know. This team looks really, really good. Now, the 2 spots that I think worry me, Colwell has like barely grown, and Fofana is 80, Disasi is also 82. We might need like a better center back to pair alongside Tomori. And also, it might be time to say goodbye to Ben Chilwell and sign a new starting left back. If we do that, this team is going to look very, very scary. So unfortunately, the first move of season 3 is getting rid of Ben Chilwell. He's given many good years to this club, but for us to reach that next level, I think we need a new left back. So we sold Chilwell for 30 million to Brentford. So 65 million plus 30. We now have 95 million to spend in season 3. Now it's not the most money, but I feel like we could definitely do some work with that between a center back and a left back. Now for the Ben Chilwell replacement, and I would love to sign Nuno Mendes or even Alejandro Balde, but both of those players would be pretty much our entire budget. So I think instead we're looking at Pervis Estupiñán, the Brighton left back now playing at West Ham, and also Miguel Gutierrez from Girona, who does look pretty solid himself. Now Estupiñán would be a little cheaper, but he's probably got less potential than Gutierrez. And then in terms of center back, of course, Bastoni, Delic, Schlotterbeck would be so good. Even Kim Min-jae would be so good. But same thing with them. Pretty much all those players are pretty much our entire budget. Now we might be able to afford a player like Tapsoba. So let's go in for, I think, Estupiñán first. I think that 10 million that we might save on Estupiñán might fund a better center back. So let's try 32 million for Estupiñán. West Ham are going to want Madueke. I'm not giving Madueke up. Let's try 33 million, and they're going to want, 42 for him. Let's try 37.5, and they're going to accept that. Okay, 37.5 is not that bad. Gutierrez will definitely be more than that. So I think we are signing Estupiñán up. Now, he's not like the current best left back in the world, but he's better than Chilwell, so he's an upgrade there. And he's also officially signed up. So Estupiñán, welcome to the club. And that now leaves us with about 51 million to spend on a center back. Man, I wish we had more. There's just not really anyone else I'm looking to sell really right now. So Estupiñán starts at left back, and I feel like I do want a new center back. It's just who is the right fit here. So Delict is completely off the cards. Schlotterbeck is a big maybe, but probably not enough. And then Kim Min-jae, definitely not enough. It might have to be Edmund Tapsoba. I mean, he's still so good, obviously. He's definitely an upgrade on Colwell. And even him, we might be just barely able to afford. So we're going to try to start. Let's try 39.5. Or actually, let's start just 37. 37 million, and they're going to want Colwell. Okay, wait. Can we do this? Colwell in exchange? Man, I don't want to give up Colwell, though. So I'm going to try, let's try 39 million. And Leverkusen are going to want, they're going to want 50 for him. Okay. We do that, we cannot afford him. So this has got to be brought down. We do like 43.5. If we raise the sell-on clause, Leverkusen are going to want, they still want 50. All right, 45 million is maybe the highest we can go here. I'll raise that sell-on clause again. Leverkusen, please. I need this signing. They're going to think about it. They're going to walk away and think about it. Man, we might have to sell Colwell. I don't know. Oh, wait, hold up. They just accepted the offer. Okay, we looked over your offer for our player Tapsoba. This notice lets you know we're prepared to accept the terms you've proposed. So 45 million plus 10%. Man, can we even do this though? I feel like it's still going to be close. So of course, crucial role. We should be able to afford this. We should. Come on, Tapsoba Tamori. That center back pairing sounds really good. We're going to offer him about maybe like 100K per week. A bit of a signing bonus. Now, Tapsoba, please. He is going to accept the contract. We have our new starting center back to pair alongside Tamori. Man, that is big. With our defense now even stronger and our attack players growing, I am feeling very good about season 3, our first year back in the Champions League. Yeah, I am feeling really good about this team now. We are gunning for that Premier League title and also maybe even the Champions League this year. I think with how good this team looks, there's definitely a chance. All right, so here we are. Finally, Chelsea are back in the Champions League. So match day 1 of our group, we are facing Galatasaray. Definitely not an easy team to face. Now, I wanted like a fireworks start to our group stage, but this team kind of showed some nerves. Christopher Nkunku opened the scoring up again, of course. I mean, he has become such a beast in this team, but Galatasaray ended up tying up the game, and that's how it ended. Match day 1 was a 1-1 draw versus Galatasaray. And in the first half of season 3, I got a little worried. This might be like second season syndrome after a very good season. It's just so hard to top it. Kudus is still playing well though. He's got 12 goals in 27 games. And also he's somehow now 92 rated. And then Cole Palmer is still doing his thing. He's been so consistent this whole video, being that facilitator number 10, also scoring goals. He's got 11 of them. But other than that, there actually wasn't much scoring in this team. Yeremy Pino's goals dropped off. Even Connor Gallagher's from the bench dropped off. So we're not scoring as many goals as we did last year. You can see our front 3 stats still look pretty good. The team looks still as strong as ever. But at the midway point, we find ourselves all the way down in 6th place. And we've actually scored the second most goals, but our defense is not as good as last year. Maybe losing Ben Chilwell and Colwell, maybe that wasn't a good thing, or at least replacing them. And Spurs look like they are running away with the title this year. So midway point, our hopes for a Premier League title this year might already be gone. Now, in our first Champions League group of the video though, we did get a job done there in our group with PSV, Napoli, and of course Galatasaray. We finished first on 11 points. That's a very tough group, so finishing first in that is pretty good. And now round of 16, our first taste of knockout football, we have Villarreal. Just with our Premier League form, I'm just not really hopeful that much this year anymore of winning a trophy. Our goal really should be just staying in the Champions League, getting top 4 again. And I feel like we are very much like underperforming right now. This team should be higher in the table. I don't really see anyone that I want to replace, so I think I might stick with this for the rest of the year and have faith that this team will pick it up. I mean, they showed it last year. I think they could show it again. Now, it is time though for our first ever knockout game of this rebuild. Let's see how far we can go in the Champions League. So first leg versus Villarreal is going to be a 2-0 win. Okay, Kudus and Nkunku. That's a very good start. And then second leg is going to be also 2-0. So a brace from Nkunku and we get rid of Villarreal. And we're now in the Champions League quarterfinals. So in those quarterfinals, we have been drawn Bayern Munich. That is definitely a step up from facing Villarreal and probably our biggest test so far in this video. So first leg is in Germany. It's going to be a 1-0 loss to Bayern Munich. Camavinga scores their 1 goal. So it's not over yet. It's only 1 goal. Definitely would have liked a draw though at least. Now at home in London, can we make this comeback though? Second leg is going to be a 3-1 win versus Bayern Munich. Are you kidding me? Cole Palmer in the 107th minute scored the winner basically. Now we also scored 1 and Nkunku scored 1. Musiala scored 1 for Bayern. But we just made the comeback at Stamford Bridge and we're now a round away from the Champions League final. Man, Cole Palmer stepping up. And yeah, I said cold. And that is absolutely huge. Oh man, now we face though Real Madrid in the Champions League semis. Oh man, this is gonna be so tough. So their team, they got Vinicius, Darwin Nunez, Bellingham, Modric, Valverde, Tchouameni, Fran Garcia, Alaba, Militao, Trent Alexander-Arnold, and Courtois. So I mean, the 2 Liverpool guys, Darwin Nunez and Trent, added to the team. It is definitely a very good team. But honestly, so is our team. Our team is looking so good. We might actually have a chance here. So first leg in England is gonna be a 1-1 draw. Okay, so Bellingham and then Nkunku scored. I don't like having a draw going back to Spain though. It all comes down to this. If we win, we reach the Champions League final. So this second leg is gonna be, we've actually done it. We have actually done it. Madueke off the bench scores an 86th minute winner, along with goals also from Nkunku and Vinicius scored for them. But 3-2, we just took down Real Madrid in Spain at the Bernabeu. I can't believe it. This young team did that, and we are in the Champions League final. What a win for this team. So our Champions League final is gonna be versus PSG, and they should still have Mbappe. So that is not gonna be an easy match. But let's see how we finished this Premier League season. So at the midway point, we were what, in 6th? We are gonna finish this season all the way up in 2nd place. Okay, I think I'll actually take that. That's definitely not bad. We definitely had a much better second half of the season. It's just that Spurs start won them the title somehow. So Spurs finally win a trophy, but from 6th to 2nd, I think I'll take that. Now FA Cup is going to be Man City. Do we win a trophy this year? Carabao Cup is also going to be Man City, so no cups. Our one chance for a trophy is now the Champions League final. But man, this team is looking insane now. First though, final stats. Christopher Nkunku scored 39 goals. Bro, second half of the season, Nkunku, Palmer, and Kudus just took over. Cole Palmer, 26 and 13. Bro, like everyone else barely scored. It was literally these 3 right here. They put the whole attack on their back. And yeah, also like I said, Mohamed Kudus is now the current best player in this team somehow. I'm not sure quite how, but he's 93 rated. Nkunku's 92, Tomori 89, Enzo 89, Cole Palmer 87. The growth in this team has been so good. Also, even Alex Merritt up to 85. Even he's grown. But man, I think we have a real chance now of winning the Champions League in only 3 seasons. So we got a big Champions League final to play. So the PSG team. Bradley Barcola, Mbappe, Dembele, Ugarte, Çalhanoğlu, Vitinha, Balde, Jimenez, De Ligt, Dagba, and also Donnarumma. I mean, it's definitely a good defense. Vitinha, Mbappe, Dembele. It's a very dangerous attack, but honestly, I think our team stacks up well against them. We might even have the better team. So it's time to find out though. Can we make Chelsea the best team in the world again? If we win this game, we complete our goal. Man, I thought Kudus would be a good signing, but I wasn't quite sure he'd be the highest rated player in this team. I didn't even reach like 90, let alone 93. But okay, it's us versus Mbappe now. Can we complete the job and win the Champions League? We're gonna try. We're gonna need our star players to carry us. Now, Dembele, good start here. Okay, Estupiñán, good tackle there. He was not letting Dembele run by him. All right, PSG playing with a pretty high line here. Good thing we have the pace to break it down and also the passing. And Nkunku gets to Estupiñán. Now, Kudus is calling for it. Kudus goes for a bicycle kick. Oh my, bro. If he would have scored that, I would have went nuts. I can't believe he even attempted that. Come on, Çalhanoğlu, CDM, like we should definitely score some goals in this game. Our midfield is definitely stronger than theirs. Now, Jimenez up to the danger man Mbappe. Okay, Tomori has that. Very good defending. Definitely those knock-ons scare me a little bit because he's got so much pace. And they're playing extremely high here. We got to try and break him down, what you do there. Now, Nkunku gets it, tries to get it to Kudus, does not. There's been a lot of PSG possession, not gonna lie. As long as they don't score, Mbappe, Tomori, good tackle on Mbappe right there. Christopher Nkunku gets it to Kudus, our highest rated player. And he's showing his pace here. Okay, that's good defending by Balde though. And he's probably just as quick as him. And this Champions League final is being played like a chess match right now. Enzo gets it to Pino. Get it into Nkunku. Nkunku back to Enzo Fernandez. Gets it into Cole Palmer. Palmer, right foot is going to shoot, and Donnarumma does make that save. Man, not a bad shot from Cole Palmer. Palmer, corner in. That looks good. Man, Tapsoba is there for that one. Oh, Enzo Fernandez volley, and another save from Donnarumma. I did not think he'd get that. Now, try this again. That looks good. Not going to get it, though. Tomori, Enzo Fernandez, get one more pass over. No, that was going to be such a good pass. Okay, a bit better there at the end, but it's going to be a 0-0 score at halftime. Not going to lie, this is extremely even. It's like a slow chess match. It's just who is going to strike first here. Now, Reece James plays it up to Kudus. He's actually in. Kudus, a chance to give us a 1-goal lead, and Kudus is going to score. It had to be our highest rated player, right? What a way to start the second half. Man, that was a very clean finish. Just all of a sudden, we found space after not finding space all game long. And then left foot finesse. Beautiful. Okay, 1-0 to Chelsea in the 50th minute. Come on, I feel like we're the better team, honestly, after the first 45 minutes. I'm scared of Mbappe, but I feel like we're the better team. Çalhanoğlu trying to find space. He is going to find Mbappe. That is not a good thing. But, okay, Tomori. That is not good. Tapsoba comes over, though, and literally saves us. Bro, it's taking our whole defense to mark Mbappe. Now, Pino out to Kudus. Kudus is going to lay it off to Palmer. Try and work this around here. Enzo, no, that was meant for Nkunku, not Pino. It's a bad giveaway in a bad spot. Dembele gets it to Barcola. Estupiñán doesn't stop him there. Tapsoba, I need a tackle here. I need a tackle. He is going to not make a tackle. Come on, boys. Don't let him tie it up here. Don't let him tie it up. Enzo Fernandez, what a tackle. Palmer and Nkunku tries to find Pino. No, that was rushed. We got to take care of the ball more. That was so rushed. Ball's going to find Mbappe. Down the middle. Enzo can't stop that. Vitinha gets it over to Dembele. I mean, they're looking like the scoring team right now. Or the team that's more likely to score. Estupiñán makes a tackle there, though. We've got 13 minutes here. Enzo Fernandez. What a pass to Kudus. Now he is going to swing that in. What a cross to Nkunku. Somehow Donnarumma saves that though. Bro, that was a beautiful like in-swinging cross. And that would have sealed the Champions League for us. Corner in. That is going to find, it's not going to find anyone. Now Cole Palmer is going to keep it. He keeps it. Oh, we just need to find some space here. Okay, let's keep it. Yermi. Tapsoba gets it over to Reece James. Reece James crossover to Cole Palmer. Header attempt, but it goes right at Donnarumma though. All right, 4 minutes left. Win that header. We do win it. Oh, and Nkunku just got shoved right there. That wasn't a foul. The ref didn't see that. That was totally a foul. Okay, they got a minute though. If we keep pressing here, they might not have enough time. De Ligt, got to get it forward. You got to get it forward here. They might get one chance. Vitinha to Dembele. If we make a tackle here, that's game. Is that a foul? It is not. I think that's game. That is going to be game. Okay, what a chess match of a Champions League final. But we have won the Champions League with Chelsea. And in only 3 years, we have made Chelsea once again the best team in the world. And that game was not easy. That shows the inexperience in this team. But we were just good enough to get the job done. And of course, Kudus scored the winning goal. Man, I got to sign Kudus in a series. He was so good in this video. I can't believe he grew to 93. But that Champions League trophy is coming back to Stamford Bridge as our captain Reece James is going to lift once again the Champions League trophy for Chelsea FC from 9th place in the Prem all the way back to the Champions League and then winning it. That is job complete. We have rebuilt Chelsea. So if you enjoyed the video, drop a like. I'd really appreciate it. And if you click on screen, I bet you'll like this video too.